Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying with us. This is Smart 24, where we drive your business, and my name is Anthony, your host. I'm still talking to Mr. Ojwang Peter, who is very interesting here, and we are talking digital marketing. So before you just put out your product on WhatsApp, on Twitter, these are some of the things you need to know as you market your product. And you remember, if you are marketing today, you cannot avoid the digital, channels, because that's where everyone is. That's where everyone is found. Your customers. Mr. Peter, we were still having a very interesting conversation on the product shoot.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. Why is it important?
It's very important because remember when I said we have to sell experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. And the only way to be able to sell an experience, because you're not there with someone physically, so we have to get things that can be able to sell an experience.
Yeah.
You see, many people can be able to take a shot of, let me say, an iPhone and put it there. But why do they put a product and then put trees in the background, or take pictures while they're in the wilderness, or why does someone take a picture of boots but having someone dress it first?
Yeah.
They don't usually take boots alone. They have an accompaniment to it. Why is it that when married couples are taking pictures, they don't go to a studio? They go maybe to a resort, they go to some gardens, because there has to be something added. There's an experience that is attached. Yes. So product shoot is very important, because how you're setting up that particular product will also tell the story to the person who will see that picture after that. So that's why I really recommend people to take product shoots.
Should it be like from professionals, or they can use their own,
If you can really set it up and have do it with your phone. People nowadays have really invested in buying good gadgets like Samsungs and iPhones, so they can really be able to, as long as you have to understand the light concept. If you have enough light, you have nice setup, you have nice props that you can be able to set up on your table and take pictures of that particular product, then yes, well, please do go ahead and use your phone. But if you have the budget for a photo shoot, for a product shoot, please do also go ahead and have it, because this is something that will add on the value. Because someone will see the time you have taken to take good content, they will realize that you're someone who is selling an authentic product. Because someone who's selling a cheap product, you're not going to be able to put in this time into branding and setting it up. So they usually take time, because they know what they are selling to people is really high-end product, and they have to give time to it. Yes.
Then after now I have done my photo product shoot.
Yes.
What next?
So after doing that product shoot, then we have to do the setup, what we call social media optimization. So this is basically setting up your socials, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and what. You all have to have a profile picture, which is either your icon logo, because we have two types of logo: typography logo and an icon logo. So ideally, for a profile picture, I would advise people to put icon logos, and then for the cover pictures, I advise to put the typography logo, because it's more landscape.
What's the icon and topography?
So icon is usually the figure. Let me give an example of Smart 24. It has the typography, then it has the 24, but you have representations of things even before the word comes out. There's usually a template or something that draws up before the actual name. So either you put the 24 as the icon part for the socials, for the profile picture, and then for the cover picture you put Smart 24.
Put everything
there. Yes.
Okay.
So there's a way it's supposed to be. That's why the space is round and the other one is longer. So basically that is it. So when you set up that, then you have to be able to optimize, keep optimizing by putting all your information, phone numbers, location, then what your company is about or your business is about. Please talk about your businesses. Writing short descriptions is really not nice. Please write something that is big, so that people can really understand what they are getting themselves into.
For example, making cakes and,
Yes.
and so on.
Exactly.
I
Talk
have
about
to
the
write-
process.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
talk about why or something. You can talk about why you're making, why you did this business, because remember we are playing with people's emotions. So telling me a story as why you're doing cake will make me buy your cake, however much I never like the price,
Yeah.
but just because of your story. So that's why some say, this particular company was started from a background where I had lost all my kid and what and family. You're playing with people's emotions. I'm not saying you should do that, but you have to play with people's emotions, because at the end of the day, that's what marketers do or businesses do. Play with people's emotions so that they can get to buy from your particular product. So write something about why you're doing what.
Yeah.
Your cause as to why you're doing something is what people want to relate with. Now to give another example, you know that people buy from particular companies not because of the companies, but because of the people behind the companies.
That's true.
Could be employees of the company, could be the staff, could be the owner, but it is very rare to find someone buying a product from just because the company marketed to you. That company that you just buy because you don't have someone in the background, it's because they are really good.
Yeah.
But in most cases, you hear someone saying a story and then you buy that particular product. That's basically how it is. So you set up, you put in all your details, you put a description, and then when you know your audience, find out when they are most active. Some people will say keep on posting every now and then, but even if you post every day, as long as you're not speaking to your audience, you will not get any particular sale or reaction.
I think first thing is to know your audience.
Yes.
You need to know.
You need to know who you're selling to. That's that's why I said digital marketing is the same as you setting up a company, because now you've already set up a company, you know who your audience is. So here you're just tracking how active they are, what their behaviors are. So that's basically how you're supposed to do it. Now here, after the product shoot and then you start now posting. You can decide 3 times a week, at what times on those particular days, because particular times have particular engagements for a particular audience. Then there is also what we call retargeting and geofencing. After you know you've done your whole setup and you're now posting, there's what we call retargeting and geofencing. So retargeting is when, let me give an example. Let me say someone has been to the Jumia page, they've looked at the product, but maybe they were going out of a taxi and then they got off their phone. So in the system, the other side, it will show you that this particular person remained here. So we need to still send them this particular product. So that's why after you leave the Jumia page, that same product is the same product you get to see on your other platforms that you go to. The website, you go to read an article. When you go to Facebook, you see the same product.
Yes.
Now that's what we call retargeting, because we realize that you did not complete a particular purchase. So we are bringing you that same ad because we realize maybe you may have been interrupted by something when you're looking at that particular thing.
So we keep it in your face
Yes.
until you say, "Oh, I had to buy this."
I had to buy this. So that is. Then geofencing really happens with people with applications. So geofencing is, I set coordinates of a particular geographical area. So each person that passes via there, I pick their data. How you pick their data is heat mapping and what. You see, let me give an example. If you are going somewhere and you go to Google Maps and you say, I'm going to this particular place, and you quest for directions, they're usually different colors, blue, red, and orange. Now, blue tells you it is a clear street. Orange tells you there's moderate jam, which is moving jam. And then red tells you there's actually more jam. And how do you get that data? Heat mapping. Because you have GPSs connected to your phone and Google itself. So I get to pick that data and understand where people are having more movements and understanding how I can be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So that's why you pass somewhere and then Self-Border sends you a particular message of get a 70% off on your next pizza order from Cafe Javas. What is that Cafe Javas? Cafe Javas, maybe the one on the Oil Acacia Street. Yes, because it has known you have passed somewhere that is related to that geographical location. So these are things you could look out for. It's just that the budget to get someone who can be able to do that is quite hard. But as a business owner, you're supposed to look at the future. Invest now, but you know the clientele you'll be able to get will be the one that will bring you more people.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are not supposed to look at how much money am I really getting at first. But definitely after that investment, the next digital marketer should be able to quantify whatever they do. Say if you are investing in me, this amount of money, I'm supposed to give you this return on investment within this particular period of time, and then you have to assess. So each particular position, digital marketers have to be able to quantify whatever they are doing. Yes. So when you're starting a business, please look out for those particular things. Make sure you have a good logo. Make sure you have a nice what. Then update your shows, but selling to your particular audience, and then keep active. Engage with your customers. Engage with your customers. I would really recommend addressing them from their first name basis. Hi, Peter. Thank you very much for getting in touch with us.
Self-border does that.
Exactly.
There's even a time they send you messages like, don't get caught up in jam. Tony, don't. Exactly. And as if they are talking to you. There's the way you actually feel drawn to call one.
Exactly. Yes. Just because of that. And now
absolutely.
that's where we call storytelling.
Yes.
Now, storytelling is also an important part when you're doing marketing. Now, this is not basically for the owners. Okay, owners, it could be that when you're doing what we call product design. Yeah. But also for the marketers, you need to know how to tell the story of what you're trying to sell. Find trends of what is happening today, and tailor your content in accordance to that. Economy was bad. Self-border did. Mugaga wange.
I know.
Put some money in circulation. Speaking to you upon what is happening, right? And then relating to make a sale. So storytelling and things like that. Create content that really tells a story. Those are things that some people need to look out for. But depending on which industry you're in.
Let's talk about fintechs a little bit. Here we are so much into financial markets and the space of trading on probably the stock market or something, and financial technologies have come up in Uganda to help people actually invest. For example, MTN recently declared its shares as an IPO, and they're now using mobile phones. People can use a mobile phone if you have an MTN line to buy shares in MTN.
Yes.
Have financial technologies embraced the digital age, and if not, what can we do to bring up innovations that will help financial technologies?
What I can say is financial technology is already digital. So because if you look at, like I said, digital is anything that has to do with all digital. You if you're already saying that that particular product you're trying to sell, let me say for the fintechs, they're wanting to change how people transact or how do businesses online. Financial services have always been around. Yes? They have always been around. But then financial technology comes to use what technology has done to take finance to a new level.
Yes.
Now with financial technologies, the ecosystem is okay. I can't call it ecosystem. Let me call them segments. There is already stock exchange, stock markets. There is already online payment portals. That's all fintech. There is mobile money ledgers where you get to know your transactions and what. That's already fintech. So what the conversation or maybe the question could be is how are we taking fintech to greater heights? And I would say is still goes back to the government investing in more people, getting exposed to what? To technology. There's something that has put Uganda really strong than most of its neighbors. We have very many people in rural areas interacting with digital transactions already. People are already making transactions on their phone, but they're in the rural areas that we call. So we are supposed to educate them more about the benefits that are there with trading online or trading better with these particular systems that have been put in place. I think basically it is with the people. Then after the people, we are looking out for more big fintech agencies or organizations from out that are looking to farm food themselves and maybe come to Uganda to extend their strength by supporting or investing or partnering or even buying up particular startups here that are into fintechs in Uganda. And also, yes, putting more energy in our young chaps that are really good at innovating particular things of designing solutions in fintech.
Yes.
Because you see, people are not sleeping. I know some particular young entrepreneurs that are into innovating better ways or faster ways of making maybe transactions.
Yeah.
That's already fintech. So if you have exposure, maybe government are setting foot up and putting these people on a platform where they maybe can make a call for investors to come and invest in particular things. But the good thing I've seen particular companies coming on board are creating events where they call up these particular people to come and exhibit what they have. So at least, yes, there's already something that is being done. We are supposed to only push for more people to come on board, more stakeholders. Could be private entities, could be government entities, could be anybody to come and give a hand to these particular people that are creating something and then put them to the next level. Yes.
The High People has organized the 40 days, 40 fintechs. Just briefly, if you can tell us what it's about and who can participate, please. If you can tell us who is able to participate, because it's something that has gained fame since it started in 2019, 2020. I don't know.
So the person who can be able to participate, any person who has a startup that is into fintechs. But ideally, most of the people have been selected. Yes. And it is a very good initiative that the High People our department and company has been able to do, because it is really putting people out there of the people that have been doing particular things to really help how we are transacting. And we've seen that we have very many foreign agencies that are really coming to Uganda because they have realized there's opportunity here. So if we have that kind of event that is happening, or that kind of program that is happening, it really puts us in a place where people can really trust the progress. They seeing that other people are jumping on it, and when you see other people jumping on a particular thing, it is easier for you to trust that particular movement. And it is I would say it was just done in the right period of time.
And this time we're having all the East African countries.
Exactly, and this time, so I would really want everybody to go please read about the 40 days, 40 fintechs, because it is a place you can be able to get to learn very many things, to know how to be able to embrace the fintech industry even way more than how you knew it. Basically that. Yes.
Wow. Now, as we are running out of time, but I didn't want to let you go before you tell us the future, what you have in store, for people in terms of digital marketing. What are you working on? What is cooking, so we can embrace, this new thing and get people up to speed. Before,
so right now, we see digital has already been a conversation. So right now, I'm working with a particular individuals, and we are into a data literacy program. So with the data literacy program, we want to let people know how to translate data into actual information. Yes, because you find very many people have this data and they get this data, but they don't know how to translate it. And with that, you see people doing the same mistakes via campaigns they do online, because making campaigns is supposed to be easier, because there is particular data that governs this particular thing. So if someone doesn't know how to translate this data, it makes it hard for them. So that's why you see particular marketers you'll be like, we did this event last year. I believe we can use the same concept, but things have changed. Times have changed. There's data that says that the economic growth has been from this level to this level. There has been impact from this level to this level. So we ought to change our strategies in marketing. So we are teaching people from basic general data understanding to what we call advanced level data. But as we're doing that, we have other events that we are doing to help people understand or embrace the digital space more and understand businesses. But not in terms of digital, but in terms of general business management. Very many people have money in Uganda. What they don't have are the strategies to be able to execute whatever they want to sell. Now that's what we are trying to do, because once we solve that problem, in a way we have been able to make it easy for us as we are selling the digital marketing part. Sometimes it is not nice because I know digital, people need digital, but people need to know what it takes to get to the digital part. So that's where we are putting energy at first, so that once they come to the digital part, it is easier for us to pick them up from there. So there are particular events we are organizing, and people could be able to be part of them. And there are also weekly events that we shall be having that people could be part of. Yes.
Where can people find you and get to know if at all they want maybe training, a company wants training for their digital marketing team, where can they find you and how can they access those services from you?
Okay. On all my socials, Peter Ojwang.
Okay.
All my social media platforms, Peter Ojwang, and I think Twitter it is Pete Ojwang, Ojwang Pete.
P-E-T.
P-E-T. A, not R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pete.
Okay.
So then Facebook, it is Peter Ojwang. You will see a Renzo there in the middle. And then Instagram, Peter Ojwang. Then people can be able to maybe reach me through the places I usually work at, but you can be able to either DM me on my socials, or maybe give me a call, or maybe they can come here and ask for something. Yes. So yeah, they can really get me. And the events, you will be seeing the updates of the events on my socials, of the events that we are trying to do, to be able to help. Maybe if at all I'm allowed to speak about one event.
No problem.
So we are organizing the Kampala Techstars Startup Weekend. It's going to be a 24-hour boot camp. So we are only concentrating on underrepresented entrepreneurs and people that already have concepts that are not really working. So it's going to be a very hands-on experience. We are doing this with MOOBS, Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center. We have Google on board. Google is giving, Google for Startups is giving every participant $200 credit for developer access. Then I have GoDaddy, which is a directorate company. It's going to give everybody a free domain, which means free website for every person who is going to be part of that particular event. So they can be able to go on the socials, or maybe the platform or the website, which is Kampala Techstars Startup Weekend. Yes, so basically you can be able to, but it is free. We want to teach people, and we are going to have very many events like that. We are going to have a grand, which is going to happen for a week, where we are inviting every people from like South Africa, East Africa, West Africa, to come for a week, a 1 week kind of session, where we're having different sessions about fintech, about agriculture, about education, about how to improve government maybe systems and things like that. It's going to be a very vigorous one. You should really be part of our community. Yes.
Wow. Where is that exactly?
Yeah, we are going to be doing it at the MOOBS Center.
MOOBS Center for entrepreneurship.
It's happening actually next weekend. From 2 to 2.
2 to 2.
Yeah, from 11th to 12th. From 2 on Saturday to 2 on Sunday. So that's like 24 hours. Yeah, it will be non-stop working.
2 a.m. or 2 p.m.?
2 p.m.
To 2 a.m.
To 2 p.m.
To 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow. All through the night. And
So that's how it's supposed to be, because we want to show you how to work with the fast pace of how the industry is moving. What is right today is wrong tomorrow. So we have to keep on moving that way. There is no really time, and we have to embrace how things are supposed to be done. So it is going to be a very wonderful experience for people.
That's very cool. We've been having Mr. Peter Ojwang. We've talked a lot about digital marketing as well for your businesses that are actually trying to go digital. And he has been a very resourceful person. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter.
Thank you for having me.
So we are going to go away, but the news is coming up next with Mr. Fred Makubia and UG Tukole later on in the day. This has been Financial Markets this week. We'll catch you next week, Monday to Friday, same time, same place. Have a good weekend.